Alright folks, what is up? This is One Big Bug and I'm coming at you with Euro Truck Simulator 2. We're continuing our run here and our first trip to Africa. This is going to be a short video, which kind of evens out the fact that the video prior to the last one I uploaded about 2 days ago was a bit longer than what would normally be. So having a short video works just fine, in all due honesty. I have no problems with a shorter video right now. Game's teasing me with garbage truck trailers. Pizza. Am I ever going to get out of here? Right, we're going to have to force the issue. Alright folks, I can't sit here with pizza in front of me and not eat it, so I'm going to pause this video and eat my pizza. Turn on some lights because it's dark in this room. And then we'll continue the video when I am done. You really won't notice any difference in time, but I sure will. So I'll catch up with you in just a moment. Alright, pizza has been consumed. Let's drive. Get out of town, get my frame rate back. I got a short drive to go and then we are done for the week. Well, technically speaking, I still got to do the truck showcase, which I'm watching for something interesting to come out this week. No luck so far. But it's early yet. I mean, I only just did the truck showcase a couple days ago. Yeah, I tend not to do the truck showcase ahead of time, because it gives time for more trucks to be uploaded that I can work on. Oh, God. Not this. Please, not this. Game, please. Please. Oh. Look at all the traffic. Stopping for let people go and then nobody's going. Oh, this is ridiculous. I don't have patience for this. I was hoping to avoid that, but considering what I just did, I have a feeling that that's like a minimal punishment at this point. I really do apologize for pulling that, but that's one of those situations in this game. I'm just going to sit there, if not forever, for an extremely long and unreasonable amount of time. Just because the game can't handle the AI, and you know, it doesn't help that we're also off-grid, more or less. You know, we are a lot of the time, if not most, or all of the time, on the truck sim map. You know, so we're not on the vanilla map. So the AI may have issues dealing with certain things, as the case may be. We should be able to keep some good momentum up around here. That'll be nice. It's nice hauling a small and stable trailer. Really is. You can just keep the pedal down. Keep the momentum going. Those windmills really are cool. And welcome to Africa, where it's very long, straight, desolate nothings. Yeah, we're going to see a bunch of ships. Hopefully not too many all strung together. You know, there's a cruise ship and another cruise ship. And hopefully if we drive far enough, we won't see even yet another cruise ship. I am going to move over. Unfortunately, there it is. This is the one major issue I have with the road here in Africa, especially that travels along the waterline. Too many ships offshore. And there's another one coming into view. You wouldn't see this in reality. You know, there wouldn't be this many cruise ships anchored that close to shore, or even offshore, even further offshore, off the coast of, off a single coast, you know, stretch of beach, basically, of Africa. I totally 100% disagree with it. Do not like, do not want. You see there's another one. And then there's another one hidden by the pillar. Just one of the detriments in my eyes of the truck sim map is along the African coast. You see that. And then there's another area along the African coast where you'll see, like I said, tanker ship, container ship, tanker ship, container ship, tanker ship, container ship. And you'd never see that. The only time I ever saw anything similar was when there was a big storm when I was living in Virginia, and a lot of ships came into the Chesapeake Bay and anchored well offshore, not even remotely close, obviously, to weather the storm in the bay where it would be much calmer. We might want to stop for fuel again, and if things have stayed true with Euro Truck, gas prices in Africa should be pretty damn cheap. So I guess instead of eagles, these are vultures. Oh, slow down. And there's the frame rate tanking again. There's really nothing I can do. It's all the background of the map. If I was running just a vanilla map, there wouldn't be an issue. But because it's truck sim, and there's just so much added to the background and the foreground, and I don't know what the speed limit is, so let's keep it at 80. Pray. We're good. Nah, my frame rate's gonna suffer, and there's not much I can do about that. We really don't have much further to go, so kind of looking forward to that. Gas station. Yeah, 7 cents. You always want to fill your tank before, you know, if you're picking up in Africa and you're leaving out, you want to look for the last fuel station before you hit the you always want to look for the last gas station before you leave Africa on the TSM map, because the fuel is insanely cheap here. Thank you. Now we're getting into our deserty area. Hang on one second, folks. I apologize. My wife needed to hand me something. Hopefully will be no more disturbances while I drive. Finish up this last one. Not too much further to go. Are my lights on? Yes, they are. That's kind of like right there. That's eventually kind of like the chassis I want to put on the man truck. Just an extra axle for like heavy haul, you know, legitimate heavy haul kind of. That's what I want to do. You should know my last one when I was driving Scania. Knuckles bothering me. Too fast actually, so let's just let it coast for now, and we'll see if we can there we go, lock in our cruise control. Not much to say, really, when I get down to the last video. This is the hard part about chaining, and I've probably talked about this before and just don't remember. Just the really hard part about chaining is the fact that you run out of a lot of stuff to talk about. You know, unless you get lucky or you've had a lot happen, which I haven't, and I'm not. So, yeah. Come on, I still got cruise control on. Don't make me break it. There you go, picking up speed again. That's a cool looking truck right there. Of course, I don't know if you've been watching the boats go by offshore. I kind of get the idea that you want to put something there to help break up the monotony. But on the other hand, I personally would rather just see a lot of open water. Because that's realistic. This is not. What we have up here could be a little realistic, you know. A couple ships pulled into a harbor for touring. I should know, I used to see that all the time. There was at one point 3 cruise ships that did Hawaiian cruises. You know, cruises around the Hawaiian Islands to the different islands. There were 3, and everything was great. The economy was great. The cruises were always full. Everything was booming in Hawaii for a little while. And then the economy crashed, and that shut that down completely. Well, not completely. There's one ship left. There's one ship that does cruises around the Hawaiian Islands still. From Norwegian Cruise Lines. They put their other 2 on different cruises. Well, that, and they wanted to try and strike some kind of a deal. You know, Hawaii is famous for shooting itself in the foot. And there's a no gambling law in Hawaii, so there's no casinos, there's no lottery, or anything like that. And a couple of the ships had casinos, and they wanted to do a thing where they were far enough offshore to be in international waters that they would open up the casinos and let people gamble. And despite having nothing really to be able to say about that, you know, I believe the Hawaiian government was actually against it, and you know, just shoot yourself in the foot a little bit more, driving out some of the best revenue you could possibly have. Because despite having strong agricultural, well, honestly not that strong anymore, but despite having an agricultural income, it's not that big. I blew this big time, huh? It's not going to give it to me. Turn these off so I don't drive myself nuts. You know, and if it's not the Hawaiian government, then it's the Hawaiian people, not Hawaiians. Let me rephrase that, because that would go really bad. There's a lot of people that live in Hawaii. that don't want certain things, like the super ferry debacle that happened. And even though, yes, the government did kind of shoot itself in the foot, the super ferry was actually a very good thing for the economy of Hawaii. But a lot of people who were worried about what kind of impact it would have, fought, and they were actually a vocal minority, and they fought to have the super ferry kicked out, and it eventually was. And then not long after the super ferry was kicked out, one of our airlines shut down, so that there's no competition, and there's only basically one airline that you can fly over on, one major, one small. And, now if you want to fly over to Hawaii, you got to pay ridiculous amounts of money, or you want to fly to one of the other islands rather. Anyways, I was kind of rushing through that, and I shouldn't have. I'm going to go at least one more point in econo driving, giving us almost 20% fuel saved. And then we can go back more in distance. Yeah, sometimes I don't phrase things right. When I said the Hawaiian people, that was totally wrong. That can mean several things in Hawaii, and none of them good for what I was trying to say. So I apologize for that immensely. I'm not out to offend anybody. There was just a bunch of people who were worried about, and they weren't even worried about the impact really about what it would have. They were more like when they were putting up the windmills, when they were putting up the first set of windmills here in Hawaii to help with electricity, which people have been asking for. Because of where they're going to put them, people tried to stop them because it's going to ruin my view. Look, you either have windmills or you pay higher electricity prices. You can't have both, people. Anyways, do our repair. I believe we're still in a profit. 83,000? Or were we at 86? I'm not sure. Anyways, let's get some rest. And let's just see what we're towing next. Loan comes through. Man, we can't cut a break here. We can't catch anything. Oh, let's just see what the new upgrades are. New tire, new bull bar. Definitely not interested in either. Let's take a look. We are here. So we have a tanker car. That's 12,000. And then we have fluorine, and that goes up into grease. That is fragile, dangerous, and a standard delivery versus valuable and important. That pays 17 to 12, and it's almost the same. It's 1379, 1377, so that's pretty close. And then we have rail stacks at 1368. About the same distance, honestly. Except one's 2 ferry runs and one's 1. So we'll probably honestly take the fluorine. It'll be our first CDR or ADR. It'll be our first ADR run. So that's going to be really cool. But that's going to be me done for this episode, folks. And this is the final career video for the week. Make sure to watch out tomorrow for our truck mod showcase. But until then, this is going to be one big bugger. I'm going to be signing out. I'll see you next time.